Hello out there. I am so happy that you're here with me today. I'm Jill, and in case we haven't met yet, it's very nice to meet you. This is Charlie, and she's super excited that you're here too. Today I have a 10-minute body weight, no repeat squat challenge workout. 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest in between moves, 10 moves for a total of 10 minutes. You don't need any equipment, you don't even need a mat, but if you like to work out on a mat, grab your mat, get your music started, and meet me back here. All right guys, I'm gonna get this timer started and we are gonna start with just a good old-fashioned air squat. So this is designed to be a standalone workout, or if you'd like to tack it on to a little bit longer workout, I've linked a card above that I think would be a great companion to this workout. I'll also put it in the description below. So feet a little wider than hip width distance apart here. Toes at 11 and 1 or 12 and 2, whatever's more comfortable in your body. Imagining that you're ripping that mat apart with your feet at the bottom, pressing into your heels and squeezing your glutes to come up. Squats are basically a total body move, working our core, our lower body, elevating our heart rate, and they're very good for keeping us steady and stable. Okay, we're going to take a step out with the right foot and come into a little bit wider squat. So right foot out, come back. Right foot out, up to stand. So, yoga friends, squatting is important. Chair pose, malasana, there are a lot of postures that revolve around squats. They're great for developing lower body strength and stability that we need in standing postures. Runners, squats are so good for our glutes, our quads, our core, everything that we need to propel us forward. Same for cyclists, same for swimmers. All right, now we're going to take a step out. Come onto the tiptoe of that right foot, and we're gonna hold this. And the tiptoe is really just a balance. Most of the weight, most of the work is happening in my left leg here. So remember, when you squat, you wanna stay nice and proud in your chest. So imagine that you're holding something important between your shoulder blades. And we're not clenching it, but we're definitely keeping it snug between our shoulder blades. Exhaling to come up and inhaling to lower. Okay, so now that left foot is going to stay. Now the right foot is going to stay still and the left foot is going to step out. So not too wide, not coming into a lateral lunge. It's still a squat. Still hugging both glutes to come up. And speaking of the glutes, I'm not thrusting them forward to press my hips forward when I come up. I'm actually using them as a braking mechanism to stop my glutes over my heels. The low back doesn't like it when we come up and thrust our hips forward. All right, we're gonna stay in that tiptoe squat. Fiona, Fiona, Fiona. You don't need to clean your paws anymore. So left tiptoe, squat down, come up. There's not too much weight in that left foot. Kind of just the big toe mound of the left foot. If you wanted to make this a little bit harder, you could bring your hands behind your head, coming into a prisoner squat. Just want to make sure that those front ribs stay knitted in and they don't flare out, which can happen when we open our elbows super wide. Woo! Buns on fire. Exactly the way we wanted them to be. Okay, and now we're gonna bring our feet, heels in, toes out, still just a little wider than hip width distance apart for some prisoner squats. So fingertips behind the head. We're gonna come down for a 3 count and press up for a single count. So 3, 2, 1, 1 to come up. 3, 2, 1, and 1. And then if you can get a little bit lower, you might be able to do a 4 count. So we're changing the lever here, changing the load of the work. If you've worked out with me before, you've heard me say that that's a great way to increase difficulty of a body weight workout. And remember, press into those feet as you pull that mat apart. Hi, Charlie. All right, so now we are going to stay down here and pulse it. So if you want to keep your hands behind your head, excellent way to make it harder. But if that hurts your low back or you feel like it adds pressure anywhere or makes you hunch your shoulders forward, just bring your hands out front. So it's like an 1/8 of a lift and an 1/8 of a lower. And then make sure your knees aren't caving in. You want to make sure that the knees track out over the middle 2 toes. So you can give a little press into the pinky edge of your feet. And again, imagine that you're pulling the mat apart and that keeps the knees tracking out. Oh, my inner thighs are on fire. Can you see the smoke coming off of my inner thighs? Holy moly. I don't really like myself for what exercise is coming up next. If you need to curse me out, curse away, it's fine. Just keep telling yourself that you can do this because you can. It's only 50 seconds. All right, guys, we have jump squats. If you're not jumping, you're coming up on your tippy toes. Oh, my heart rate was already elevated from the pulsing. So this is so great for us for agility and strength and power in everything we do. So like I said, if you're not jumping, you're coming up on your tippy toes. And I'm gonna be honest, it's really not easier. 14 seconds, you can do it. We are almost there. Get that 10-minute break. Woo! Keep going, friends. You're probably right now thinking, God, you're not my friend. Woo! Shake it out. All right, we're gonna come into a sumo squat, so feet wider than hip width distance apart. Heart rate is up, down, and up. As low as you can go, and back up. So we only have one exercise after this, and I consider it to be a treat. It is a squat that my yogi friends are very familiar with. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let you guess. Let's keep the anticipation going. It is so good for us. You'll find out in 10 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we're going to end with malasana, which is a deep squat hold. I'm going to turn this way. So, we're squatting down as low as we can go, keeping the back long. And if this is just Like you can't get down here. I want you to come onto your back and do a happy baby pose. That's a great way to work into this. Otherwise, continue to hang out here. You can hold steady, pressing your palms together, pressing elbows into knees, knees into elbows. And I've been reading recently about how important this is, like for us, for our hip health, for our low back health, and just our general longevity overall. So if you have a goal that you want to work on, all right, carefully come back up. And you're not quite sure what you want that goal to be, squat depth, hip mobility might be a good goal to set for yourself. Friends, thank you so much for joining me. If you only had 10 minutes, check, your workout is done. You did it. Thank you for joining me. If you have a little bit extra time, I suggest checking out one of the workouts in this playlist above, all body weight, hip focused, very efficient, not much time. Friends, I will see you back here on Friday for a very special yoga class. It's actually not really a yoga class. It is a yoga plank flow. So it's perfect challenge, 10 minutes, same timing, perfect for everyone. I'll see you back here on Friday, friends. Until then, take good care.